Before Amityville, before the Conjuring, before Blair Witch, there was the Bell Witch. In the early 1800s, a Tennessee family was tormented by something that couldn't be seen, but could speak, strike, and kill. It was a haunting so intense, it allegedly drove a man to his grave and inspired one of the most terrifying legends in American history. This is the true story of the Bell Witch, a centuries-old curse still whispered about today and still feared. The year was 1817, and the Bell family, led by patriarch John Bell Sr., had settled on a quiet stretch of farmland in Adams, Tennessee. They were respected in the community, religious, hardworking. But then, the whispers began. It started small, knocking sounds on the walls, scratching under the floorboards, distant whispers in the dark. At first, the Bells thought it was rats, then wind, then imagination. But the sounds grew louder and closer. They heard chains being dragged across the floors, gnawing on bedposts, though nothing was there. Then came the voice, first as whispers, then clear as day. A raspy, cackling woman who called herself Kate. But who or what was Kate? The entity became increasingly violent, slapping, pinching, and choking family members, especially young daughter Betsy Bell, who was only 12 years old. She would scream in the night, clawing at her own neck, claiming something was trying to strangle her. Bruises appeared, hair was ripped out, voices mocked her, calling her names, predicting her death. The spirit didn't just torment the family. Neighbors heard it too. Some fled the property, claiming they were scratched and shoved by invisible hands. The story spread across Tennessee. The Bell Witch became a national legend, and soon, even politicians and preachers came to witness the phenomena. One guest, a future U.S. president, was among them. According to legend, General Andrew Jackson, intrigued by the rumors, came to the Bell farm with an armed entourage. But as his wagon neared the property, the horses froze in place. No matter how hard they pulled, they wouldn't move. Then a disembodied voice shouted from the trees, "You may go on now, General." That night, Jackson's men claimed they were slapped, beaten, and thrown by something they couldn't see. By morning, they fled the property, reportedly saying, "I'd rather fight the British again than face that witch." Jackson later became the 7th President of the United States, but never spoke publicly about what he saw in Adams, Tennessee. As the years passed, the Bell Witch's rage focused more and more on John Bell himself. She called him Old Jack, mocked him, cursed him, and promised to kill him. In 1820, John Bell fell mysteriously ill. His tongue swelled, he convulsed, he slipped into a coma, and never woke up. A vial of strange black liquid was found near his bed. The witch's voice cackled from the shadows. "I gave Old Jack a dose last night. He'll never wake again." Doctors had no explanation. The liquid was tested on a cat, which died instantly. They threw it into the fireplace, where it exploded in a blue flame. John Bell's death certificate remains one of the only U.S. records listing the cause of death as supernatural. After John Bell's death, the spirit quieted, but never truly left. In 1821, it promised to return in 107 years, and some say it did. In 1935, strange activity began again on the property. Unexplained lights, phantom voices, disembodied footsteps. To this day, visitors to the Bell Witch Cave, a dark, narrow opening on the original farmland, report seeing shadow figures, feeling ice-cold hands grip their arms, and hearing a voice whispering their names. Some believe the witch never left. Others say it's the land that's cursed. The Bell Witch legend has inspired countless books, films, and documentaries, including An American Haunting, 2005, and the found footage phenomenon, The Blair Witch Project, 1999. In fact, the Blair Witch's fictional backstory closely mirrors the Bell Witch tale. A woman accused of witchcraft, a haunting in the woods, and a curse that spans generations. But unlike Blair Witch, the Bell Witch was real, or so the people of Tennessee still believe. A ghost that could speak, that could touch, that could kill. Whether you believe in spirits or not, the story of the Bell Witch endures, not just as a legend, but as a warning. So what do you think? Was it hysteria? Hoax? Or a haunting so real it became part of America's history? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more terrifying tales from the shadows of the past, because some legends refuse to die.